Okay. Remember to guard your privacy abide by the community guidelines. Okay, cool. We got that. Move this a little closer.
Live on the movie?
Yep. Yeah, somebody already first. Hit us with the first.
Don't see. Oh, okay. Steven and Demario in this beat. Also Sojourner. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Tuesday, patrons. Happy Tuesday, patrons. That was creepy. It's absolutely creepy. Happy Black History Month, you guys. Yeah, let me pull up the chat. Okay. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Live. Kaboom. Boom. What's happening, everybody? Got a bunch of y'all in here. Happy Tuesday. We about to start filming. We about to just do a quick sound check before we go. All right, ready?
Yeah, let's do it. There you go. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. Yo, what's up? I'm Tahir more.
Oof. All right, so yours is way up. All the way up. All right, do it again.
Yo, what's going on? I'm Tahir more.
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scared.
All right, look at the microphones working.
What's good?
Oh. All right, I'm ready to roll when you are.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, you rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir more.
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scared.
What's up, y'all?
What's poppin'?
Black History Month is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a rough one.
It was a lot.
It was a rough one.
A lot went on this month.
So what song inflects that? What type of genre?
I don't even know, man. It was a lot happening this month.
Like a work song?
Work?
No, let's not do that.
Did you say work or twerk?
Work song. Like how when they were like building the railroads, like a jail song, like a prison song. Oh Lord, balls of steel.
Just go to that in the future.
The mascot. Yo, the song he sampled that from Prison Song is a great song.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that on
the soul of
1,000
slaves in it. Yes, it got
the
so much.
Soul of 1,000 slaves.
Slaves.
Okay.
Bless
Okay. No, man,
not that much soul.
I don't know. Maybe we should go lighter. Maybe something a little lighter.
Like James Brown soul, maybe not slave soul. James Brown soul. We haven't done that in a while.
We could do James Brown soul.
Or what?
Huh?
Or what? You were like, meh.
I don't know. James Brown soul or like neo soul. You always got a neo soul look to you, so why not just
neo soul?
Give like some Music Soul Child or Kendrick Soul Store.
Okay.
Family Soul, rather.
Go with some soul.
Okay.
What you want to do?
I'm gonna leave the lyrics all to you. This is all you. Yeah.
Okay, so you gonna
soul beat. Yeah.
All right. Well, give me the vibe, and I'll see how much soul I should do.
Okay. Let me see what I can do.
I don't want to pour myself out too much.
Let's see what we can do.
Where my name is Anthony Hamilton. Alright, wait, my bad. Keep going.
Why did you do that voice?
I guess he's never really said his name is Anthony Hamilton.
He's never said his name is Anthony.
My bad.
And then you can just use your voice, you know.
Well, Neo Soul, I think I got the spotty beard already.
Everything
All I need
works.
to do is bring the Anthony Hamilton.
No, just be you from Water Temple.
I want to bring the Anthony Hamilton.
Okay.
You want Neo Soul? I'm going to give
Here
you
we go.
Neo Soul beard.
All right, here we go. Just say we're about that.
He's never said that before.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Soap. Well, I went to a forest and I found me a fairy. Got my laptop set down in the net, you're scary. Went on Crenshaw and got a bean pie, yeah. I tied my bow tie and put my suit on. I said, praise Allah tonight. Praise Allah tonight.
First of all, why are you doing it in a country voice? You followed none of the instructions.
No, shout out to the Nation of Islam, man. That's the blackest thing possible.
But you went hella country voice, and then you went straight fruit of Islam.
Yeah, and there's a deep reason behind it.
Okay, I'm listening. I want to know the reason behind this.
This month, Black History Month, was a little backwards. Boom. So,
no.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
No. That's why. Like, it was a lot of moments in Black History Month where we were just like, what? So there you guys get it. Creed, Anthony Hamilton on a Neo Soul beat. You're welcome. That was deep. That was way deeper than you guys expected. And it was not too bad. And God went to Crenshaw with bean pies.
Well,
you know what I mean? Praise Allah tonight.
There you have it, guys.
Praise Allah. We had a very, very interesting Black History Month this month, and
to say the least.
So it was just a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Sometimes we were just like, all right, I'm proud, and then it was just like, oh man, oh man.
It's a lot.
And today we are highlighting all of these things.
All right.
The good, the bad, and the god-awful ugly. What do you want to start with? You want to start positive or you want to start negative?
Let's see if we can do roller coasters. Let's start high, then come low, then go back high.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good way to do it.
Okay. Well, I will never shout this person out enough. This might be the biggest win of Black History Month. And of course, your local, media outlets aren't posting as much as they used to. So Dr. Hadia Green has become the first person to successfully cure cancer in mice using laser-activated nanoparticles. Guess what? Black woman.
Yes.
Black woman. Queen,
yes.
I should say.
It
says...
Well, the thing that threw me the most, before I even read the article, was like, when it said, like, she used nanoparticles, I was like, that is something straight out of Tony Stark's lab. Like,
oh, yeah.
I had never really even heard that used in a real sentence, like, in life. I just thought that was something that they just only said on sci-fi movies. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, man, we are in the future.
We're in the Avengers.
We're in the endgame now.
Unlike traditional cancer treatment, Green's revolutionary and unique nanoparticle technology, which was found to successfully cure cancer after testing on mice within 15 days, does not require chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. Green received a $1.1 million grant from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs to expand her nanoparticle cancer treatment research.
I'm going to go on a ledge and say this, guys, and I don't care about the backlash.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
We need to protect her at all costs now.
Oh my God, yes.
Let me tell you something. When that hit, the wind, the internet, and everything else, I bet those companies were like, oh, she gotta go.
She gotta go.
We can't lose all this money on
cancer and radio, and chemo and surgery.
Oh, man, you're literally taking away probably 2/3 of the income that they're getting from
Fuck that income.
For pharmacy. Like,
fuck that
absolutely. Cancer sucks.
I can't.
Major dick. I'm not talking about like little dick. I'm donkey dick.
that's why we need to post her as much and like just as often as possible.
She
I don't
needs
know what we can do.
24-hour security detail. And I'm not talking about like just guys with guns. I'm talking about former running backs with guns.
Secret Service.
Yes.
The Rock.
Brock needs to hang with her at all times because he has Secret Service for life.
And The Rock.
Yes.
We need to go to Samoa. This is only a problem that Samoa can help with. We need full staff of Samoans protecting her at all times. And here's the thing, like, this stuff has always been scary because, like, anytime, you know, that's what sucks about being a creator. You create this thing that's like, oh my god, this is gonna change the world, and then you're snuffed. Like the dude who first created the electric car, right? Mm-hmm. Thank God that finally made it, but that was like way a long time ago. So I think that, you know, I'm hoping that because of social media and the fact that we get to have eyes on these things and it's not just done in the shadows as much, that we can protect this woman and give her some more money too. In true,
$1.1 million is not a lot of money.
Just truly, like in a black woman uprising story, she did all this with basically nothing, and she succeeded, and they were still like, good job, and basically gave her nothing. $1 million is not a lot. They should be throwing the Avengers house at her. She should be staying in a big ass building that says has the A on it, and be furthering this research. This is crazy. No surgery. You basically taking a laser, like zap, you're good. And the white people are like, and it's a black woman. And that is corporate insult to injury. Shout out to Dia Green. That's amazing. That is a Black History win.
All day long. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that. Right before you said it, I was like, man, this is just like the person that invented the first like electric car. I remember, I feel like I was in high school. I graduated in 2002. Mm-hmm. I feel like I remember hearing something about an electric car like either right around that time or shortly after. But it wasn't until like the last 10 years really where it was like widely accepted and hybrids and Prius were like really thriving. Yep. Because I feel like whoever came out with that was like silenced, because it was like, bro, you would have sent
it's too soon.
Yeah, you would have sent
like
oil companies. Oh man,
to sell.
Can you imagine?
And it's crazy because they were just like, all right, we'll hold on to this, but not yet. And then I guess they did what they needed to do, got on board, and now I'm assuming the people who silenced this person are now making money with the electric cars. And it's just like, y'all can't just take an L. You can't just be like, oh, shit's changing. No. Yeah. This reminds me of like the parts in Narcos, where the guys are just like, you know what, I'm kind of done selling cocaine, and the person who was their friend in the last scene is like, no, you're not.
Yeah. That's the one thing about like
you're not.
The drug game. Like, I feel like nobody goes in with a certain amount. Like they're like, all right, I just want to make 1.5 million. As soon as I hit that, I'm out. Right.
As soon as you start helping other people make money, it is forever.
Absolutely. You cannot because let's say that you connect somebody with your connect, right? Mm-hmm. And the connect's like, all right, cool, this person gonna start selling. They're thinking like, yeah, and I got this person selling for me, they're gonna bring in this much, and the guy that introduced me, who was you, like he's bringing in this much. You can't go like, yeah, this is my last run.
Gracefully bow.
Thank you so much.
Like, no. You thinking?
Like, no, you're not.
You think people are gonna be like, all right, have a good retirement, enjoy your future endeavors. Like,
and you know where all my stash houses are. You know my name. You know my connects. And
even if they were like, you're good, I'd still be scared.
Absolutely.
I'd probably just like tap somebody like,
yeah, make sure he dies before he gets to the end of the driveway.
New life.
Yeah, it's just that is
headline: drug dealing criminal bastard dies, and everyone's just like, oh, well, I guess so.
You deserved it. He was like, man, I'm just trying to help this doctor get this nanoparticles together.
Well, shout out to Dr. Dia Green. Please stay safe out here in these streets. Don't take a lot of pictures. Don't go to any public events. Well, that was a very, very high moment in Black culture. Let's talk about the low moment. Did you see this video that went viral of this woman giving her man birthday gifts?
Yes. I'm glad that you brought this up.
Yeah.
Because I'm conflicted about it.
Really?
Yes. So I don't know if you want to open the story first and then we get into it. I'm sure by now a lot of people have seen it, but let's go ahead and, for those that haven't, let's just go ahead and do a recap.
Go ahead and play it.
All right.
If you don't, okay, so essentially, girl giving gifts for her man. Cameras are out. Everybody's, it's a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gives him some cologne, some this, some that, little ancillary gifts, and then boom, a rental property.
Mm-hmm.
Here is a rental property for you. And his reaction, I wanted a Rolex.
Mm-hmm. So let me get your opinion first, and then I'll give you mine.
My opinion is this. The reason why this went viral isn't because this dude is an asshole. It's because it's highlighting a deeper problem within our community, and this is why we just can't get it together.
Mm-hmm.
You would rather have a Rolex or a chain than a potential passive income, a stream of income, they like to call it. That if you worked hard at it, now mind you, not every nigga is trying to do this, but there are ways. But every nigga is trying to better himself, and I feel like especially not every, that's a horrible statement. The goal is to help spread the entrepreneurship and the need and the want to have multiple streams of income and better yourself and the people around you.
Right.
So even if he didn't want to take care of it, he could have got somebody to manage it. It is not easy to get a property that you can rent out. That's like a very, it's not as easy as people think. So I thought that this was an amazing gift, and I think that she obviously got it because she wanted to help turn this dude's life around. And all he wanted was a chain. He wanted to show people he had money instead of putting in the effort to have money. And that's a huge, huge problem in our culture and our community. And just with dumb niggas in general. It's not even a black thing. So,
okay.
What do you think?
So, here's my view on it. I completely understand and agree with what you're saying in the right situation, right? I think what this shows us about this couple is that either both of them have money or she has money, one of the two. But like, the money's not really the issue here. I think from his standpoint, and this is just because I saw pictures of the house online. Somebody posted pictures of the house. It's my birthday. I want something I don't have to think about. I just want a gift, right? Rental property is great. I would always be appreciative for it. But the side, I think they said it was on like the east side, and I don't know if this is Detroit or something. I have to do more research. I will find it out.
Detroit?
I don't know if it's Detroit or where, but I will find it out and I will put a picture on the podcast for this so you guys will see. But let's say it was Detroit, right? From what I read about it in just a couple of tweets, it looks like it wasn't in the best part of town. So this would essentially be like, okay, it's your birthday, right? And your girl gets you a house. But it's in, let's say, Watts, right? And it's dilapidated. So it's going to take you $35,000, maybe $50,000 to get it up to code before you can even actually put somebody in there.
Okay.
Right? So, and then you have to manage it until you can find a management company, this house, and its occupants in Watts.
Okay.
Right? So, I'll be honest, like, somebody got me a rental property in East St. Louis, and I'm living out here now. I wouldn't, especially if I got to invest another $30,000, $50,000 to get it up to code. Yes, at some point, it is going to start generating income. Yes, at some point, I will be able to move people in there. And at some point, I might find the perfect family that doesn't give me any problems, doesn't give me a whole lot of rental requests, fix-it orders and all of that type of stuff and all of that. But it's not going to happen overnight. That could be a year to 2 years down the line, and that could be at least $100,000 down the line. For my birthday, if you go and get me a rental property, get it somewhere where I don't have to fix it up.
There it is.
I don't have to fix it up, or it's in a nice enough neighborhood to where I don't, while I'm fixing it up, because I'm from St. Louis, I've seen people building houses, like a company will purchase land and build these community of houses, and they thought it was sweet. And then people broke into these houses while they're under construction and stole the copper out of it, stole all the piping out of it. So these are things you got to think about when you're getting houses fixed are renovated in certain areas. Like
now, I thought about all of that.
Yes.
And that is all also very true. But here's just what people just don't understand. It's just the thought. It is just the thought, and the thought does not extend past that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that way of thinking is true, but it's also kind of like wrapped into the same way of thinking of like Kendrick getting his niece a brand new car, and there was like half the internet that was like, oh, that's really nice of Kendrick, and the other half was just like, a Camry, you rich, you couldn't blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yes, he might have been able to give her a Lamborghini or whatever, but I guess for whatever reason, she just felt like her at that age just deserved like a fresh new Camry, and people went wild because they were just like, blah, 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 it wasn't this, that, and the third.
And he was talking about the maintenance. She would have to pay for the maintenance on that Mercedes that everybody was saying that.
See, it's just like all this other stuff that just goes beyond like what they do. You know what I mean? And for this situation, even if that guy in that moment thought of all of the stuff that comes with the rental property, which I don't believe if you ask for a rent or a chain or a Rolex. I don't think that was why he was just like, no. I don't think he had the same logical way of thinking as you did also. And even if he did, you have to think about it. If this is your birthday, both of your mutual friends are around, everybody's videotaping. It's just like when the marriage proposal is a little different, but when you have like a moment like that could potentially embarrass the person who's trying to do something nice for you, which is really what this came down to. It was very embarrassing for her, and even if he didn't want the rental property, like I said before, there are ways around it. You could just try to sell it again or get it managed, or there's ways that you can work out to make it work for you. But at the core of it, your girl was just trying to extend an olive branch to you. I don't know what his situation was, but for some reason she felt like giving a rental property and giving him a chance to have another stream of revenue was the core of it. So at the core of it, he should have kept his comments to himself and thanked her in that moment when everybody's cameras were out and stuff like that, and then maybe privately talked about all that other stuff. Yeah. Because it just seemed embarrassing and like really disregarded the thought that she had, because even if it was a shitty property, her intentions were really, really dope.
Absolutely they were. Absolutely were. However, I think that like we are like we're not giving him the benefit of it being in the moment. Like in the moment, we do what we are just emotionally led to. It's a visceral reaction. Like if you're expecting one thing and then something else comes out, you're like, right? Like, and some people can hide it better than others. Some people are not that good at hiding. We all know people who wear their emotions on their face anytime they hear something. And I think that we also have to acknowledge the fact that like, this is your birthday, you know, you've already kind of dropped hints of what you want, you know, like maybe show her in a book, like, yo, I want to watch like this, you know, look at this chain.
But that's the thing, like if you as a man want a Rolex or a chain that you can't financially get yourself, then you better jump at an opportunity like this to try to, you know, I get that there's a lot that goes into it, but if you are able to make it work, then you can potentially start making the money to show it on your wrist or your neck. And I think that's the underlying problem. It's just like if you were straight money wise, then you weren't worried about what this gift was. You know what I mean? And if you're not, you would rather just have a freebie on your wrist rather than taking advantage of a situation like this and earning a situation where you just live the lifestyle of the wrist and, you know, the iced out chain and watch. So I think no matter really how you break it down, this guy doesn't really get any benefit of the doubt, in my book.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's giving him that. I think we're all looking at it as our first time reaction and giving our opinion based off of that before any facts have come out, if they even will come out, to judge the situation as a whole. From the outside looking in, without like putting any thought into what might have been what might have caused that reaction, like as far as the location of the place, how much money it needed to be invested in, all of that type of stuff. Yeah, at first view, you'd be like, oh, this is an ungrateful ass motherfucker right here. Man, he weak as fuck for this. Hey, baby girl, come holler at your boy. I'll take that rental property and I appreciate you for the queen you are. I know she got a lot of those,
Mhm.
but also like that again, we don't know the whole situation with that. But
No.
yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
I understand how everybody can feel either way. I'll say that.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure they're going through some turbulence. That's a weird like video to go viral between them. Like, for like a weird moment in a couple's relationship to go completely viral, and now you have like all these outside opinions. Yeah, I'm sure that made the relationship a
They'll
little rocky.
fuck around and get a TV show off of this.
Oh yeah, I guess this is
That type of drama.
That's like an audition tape.
What?
for Love and Hip Hop.
Absolutely.
Messy ass shows. I can't do it
And
anymore.
even if it was like if he did take the stance from where I stood, they're gonna be like, yeah, no, that doesn't sell for the show. We need you to just be mad because it wasn't a chain. Basically, they're gonna make him ham, shuck and jive, nigger it up so they can get them views. And he'd fuck around, be a degree holder and all of that shit, and say still be like, no, that doesn't sell.
It's crazy that those are like the most famous people in reality. Like, well, they're actually a lot more famous than some people doing serious shit because like all these people in Love and Hip Hop, like I can't really keep up anymore. But it's so messy.
I don't know anybody's name but Nene Leakes. I only know that because I think she tried comedy. But that's the only person like from any of those who Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta Housewives or Real
I don't know the
Housewives.
difference anymore. Some girls are just
Basketball
around.
Wives. I have only thing I heard was that I guess on like the first season of Basketball Wives, none of the wives were actually married to basketball players. Anymore.
That's the weird.
They were
part.
like
That's when I was just
basketball
like,
ex-wives.
okay.
I don't.
You guys are
I've
just side
never
chicks.
watched any of it, because it's just like, man, it don't.
They had some girls going back and forth online. It was like Alexis Slide, Sky, and like Ari Fletcher, and they were like cussing each other out. And then they started talking about each other's kids, and I was just like, this is weird. Like this is weird that this is our celebrities. I don't really know what either of them individually do.
Yeah.
But drama, that is like a job now.
That's what
like,
they do.
What do they do? It's just
That's
like,
what
I don't
they
know, they'd be fighting online and shit. Like Bad Bite Baby, I don't even know if she still does music, but she's just trying to fight everybody.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her recently, a couple weeks ago, and she looked like she had been tanning. She almost looks mixed now, or like
That's crazy.
almost like black. Like I saw a picture of her, and I just was like, wait, this is her?
She was just making fun of like black people. She was just like, you bald bitches is jealous of me. I think they were talking about her weave or something like that, and the internet did not like that.
No.
The internet did.
They will
not
switch
like
on you very, very quickly, Shawty. She'll learn eventually. Bless her little heart.
Yeah, I can't keep up. All these like dramatic actresses. I don't even know if we should call them actresses.
I don't give them that much credit.
It's just crazy how you can get your career is like, yeah, I used to fuck that guy who shot the ball well. It's like,
Really?
so we
Tell us
have a
more.
show.
Yeah. And what
And
did he do that upset you? I mean, he didn't do a whole lot. This is what it be. He didn't do a lot that upset me. I mean, it was a couple times where like he had to cancel plans, because he made plans for somebody else. And then they'll cut that like he canceled plans on me, made plans with somebody else, and that's what they'll put together, and that will be the promo reel for it.
That's
and she's just sitting at home like that's not even what the fuck I said,
That's
but
funny.
now it's got views. Now you have to be their persona. Because now this is what the audience expects from you. And if you're not that, then you get canceled or you don't get as much camera time. So your pay gets cut. So now, of course you're going to submit. Of course you're going to pretend to be that character because you like the way them checks is looking.
That's tough. So you basically, and it doesn't just cut with the cameras. You have to do that on social media. So now you're just becoming this person.
You become that person.
And then how do you even keep track of who you are?
You don't. You change. Because you have to live that life. Because the moment that you step out of that reality and go back to your own reality, somebody catches you on the street being nice. And now you're out of character. Right? So you have to take on that persona.
So they're just like, hey, Brittany. They're just like, fuck you.
Yeah. Get out of my face, bitch. Don't speak to me unless you're a millionaire. I'm like, bitch, you're a thousandaire. How does that even work? It's crazy. I was talking to Cam about this. It's like the more successful you get, the more limitations you have on what you can do. And that's almost in every field. Like, look at Kevin Hart. He can't say what he really wants to say. I don't think. In my opinion, he can't say exactly what it was. Like, if you look at it, he's never really taken a specific side on all the injustice that has gone on. He spoke out, like, here and there on his Instagram, but, like, taking a huge platform the way he could with his followers and everything, he can't do that. Because
he'll piss somebody off.
He'll piss somebody off.
Connected.
One of his fans, or one of the directors, or one of the many sponsorships and endorsement deals he has, somebody may get pissed off with that, and then he'll lose that. Like, but you get so high up and you can't even really live life or speak your truth or say what you want. That's like, Man, that's so crazy.
We did a brand deal that had nothing to do with politics. And they just threw it in there, just like, all right, make sure you don't say anything about Trump. And we were like, why would we say anything about Trump? And they're just like, oh, well, one of the people who owns blah, 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 blah. Is like, and we were just like, okay. But it had nothing to do, so it's just like, at some level, everything that you do, like you said, there's a web of relationships, and your opinion is gonna have to fit somewhere within what they want.
Bro, it's so crazy to think that this is what everybody fights for. You fight for this type of fame, and this type of acclaim, this type of stardom. And the higher you get up, literally the less that you can do and say. And it's not just on a verbal tip. Like, just imagine, like Lori Harvey, for instance, right? She was at a gas station when they ran up and tried to steal her vehicle.
Yeah.
First of all, that's
family.
Right. She's in a Bentley truck, but I mean, Atlanta has a lot of new black wealth. They got a lot of first generation millionaires. Yeah. Regardless of that, these weren't white guys trying to steal her shit. These were people of her own color trying to steal her vehicle. Yeah. Like people that probably came from the dirt. We get it, right? Yeah. But like her dad wasn't always rich, right? He worked his ass off, and now she's reaping the benefits. But that's still like another black person. So the fact that they just doing, I'm not saying that it would have been justified if they did just a white person, Asian person, nothing like that. It's like, bro, like you bring in that type of harm and violence to our own community, right? Because you have that name. You can't just go anywhere. It's the same thing with a lot of these rappers, man. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke, rest in peace to Nipsey, rest in peace to all the rappers that have passed in the last couple of years, man. It's almost not safe to tell people where you're gonna be at. Tell people to meet you there. You always have to have security, all this type of stuff. Like,
just had a party. It could have just been somebody who came to the party, was super friendly, and was just like, all right, well, not a lot of security here.
Bro,
just came back.
One of my best friends, I'll tell you off camera who it was, had an event, a little get together at his crib, invited people over. One of his friends bought a friend. The friend who was brought looked around the house. A couple weeks later, my homeboy was out of town. This guy broke into his apartment and just took some stuff.
They saw it on the camera. It was him?
Well, this what happened. So the dude broke into the apartment. He climbed through the window, right? Climbed through the window, and I guess somebody saw it, so they called the police. As he was exiting through the front door, the police caught him right there. Wow. So he was caught and apprehended, and the things that he took were, put into evidence. But my homeboy can't get that stuff back until dude goes on trial and all of that, because that's state
like
evidence.
Computers and shit,
bro.
Oh, I'll be heated. You just looking at bread in the lineup like.
He didn't take the big stuff. He took bread. He took money. But it's just like, bro, like that's so crazy. And my homeboy, he's a well-known comedian, but it's like he's not super huge. But just the fact that you're inviting somebody to your house, opening your space so they'll make sure they have someone to celebrate the holidays too.
They scouted it.
And they scouted it. And it's just like, dog, it makes you so paranoid. And now I meet people and I'm very closed off at times, and I'm a watcher. I tend to watch how people move before I do a lot of talking. I'll entertain the room, but like personal conversations and in-depth conversations, you won't get that a lot from me because I have to like gauge people, bro. Right. And like I've had people literally text me and say stuff like, I can't get a feel on you. I can't get a grab on you.
Like I can let you.
That. And I move like everybody has a hidden agenda because you don't know who does and who doesn't. So in two, I see how.
So I also house parties.
No house parties. I stopped. Man, I used to do crazy house parties. Crazy house parties, barbecues, and game nights. I was known for it out here in LA. But I just cut it off before all this stuff started, before I actually got bigger, and I'm glad I did, dog, because I'm so glad not a lot of people know where I stay at. It's literally like under 20 people that know where I stay at.
It's good.
Yeah, dude, because you got to be careful, dude. Like, it's crazy out here.
Yeah, we haven't had a housewarming in like two properties.
You
can't, like, you moved? I'm like, yep.
Because your fans are with it. Your fans be drawing pictures of you and all this type of stuff.
They be showing up. They be pulling up to the houses too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me about that. Weird stuff. But somebody posted something outside your crib.
So yeah, I mean, as often as we move, it's just like, yeah, but I don't tell you about the other shit.
Yeah. Dog. So you gotta be careful out here, man.
Super, super weird, man.
And last thing I want to say about this is, I'm a firm believer of energy.
Mhm.
Like I always have my crystals on me at all times. You just catch me on the street, like, hey, Tahir. No, it's a sack, but it's got all my crystals in it. My jade, my onyx, my hermite. I got a lot of crystals in here. But the thing I want to touch on is like the energy you invite into your life. Like one of my favorite rappers is Currency. And outside of him being just a great artist, consistent as hell with putting out music, one of his interviews I watched was like, you know, when he was with Cash Money, he was writing this rap about, you know, killing 1,000 niggas and running up in niggas' houses and killing them. And he's like, man, I started thinking about that dude's mom, how his mama gonna feel when they have to bury her son. He's like, man, I don't want his mama to feel like that. And that's when he switched his like whole flow. And so now if you're a Currency fan like I am, you know he talks about having a good time, smoking weed, in cars, chilling, just all good vibes.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's the reason at my concerts I can walk through the crowd and smoke weed with my fans and don't have to worry about nobody snatching my chain off, because that's not the energy I put out. Because that's the shit that's gonna come to your concert. You putting out, I'm the hardest nigga in the world.
People
you know,
like, oh yeah, I'm the hardest nigga in the world.
And you can see it. You seen it at the Babies concert. Niggas trying to run up on them and fight them at the stage. You seen it at the Migos concert. Niggas fighting and throwing shit. You most recently at what's a dude that's always calling everybody a horse?
Black Youngster.
Black Youngster. Most recently,
out the chop.
he had a chopper at a concert.
Nigga, you don't have security?
The security was there because they cleared it out first. They cleared it out. I mean, they had the bear mace, the mace that looked like it's a fire extinguisher. But it's like, bro, like you're going to get that no matter where you go, because that's the energy you're putting out. And what's going to happen is these venues are going to stop wanting to deal with that shit. And the way that a lot of rappers and artists in general make money is through touring. But if you can't get booked at a venue because they're worried about the destruction that you're going to cause and all of that shit, and the reputations and the Yelp reviews that are going to be attached to their venue, they're not going to book you.
Yeah, and like to your point, Currency started just saying stuff like, I'm smoking and I'm chilling, and it's like, who's going against that? Who would go against that? It's like, no, I'll chill the hardest. Like, okay. It's like, no one's running up on Jhené Aiko, these like completely unproblematic people, because they're not putting out them vibes. You know, they're not pulling out them like, see what happens if you try to rob me.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh shit. Sometimes you really do see what happens.
Yeah.
And that is just like something that you can't take back, because that's the tough part about the tough guy persona. It's like, once you say it,
people going to believe
it. And then if you backpedal, then it's just like, oh,
then you lose
way
credibility.
Way worse than anything else. And then all of a sudden you bitch, you blah 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 blah. But if you just like, yo, you know what, I'm not even doing all that stuff, you will literally get the respect of the people who are doing all that stuff, because they can't move like that. But yeah, it's tough. You just gotta be true to yourself.
That's really what it is.
You know what I mean, that's what it boils down to, because that's the only advice that applies to everyone. Because sometimes there are just some real ass niggas, so they just live like real niggas.
They are there.
Yeah, and it fits. So if that's you, do your thing, real nigga. If it's not, that's a really tough world to live in. It seems so stressful trying to just fit in with the real nigga
at all times.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have to kill him.
Oh,
right.
God, that seems so stressful. I come from a real nigga background, but there's no way I ever want to go back to that. As much as I loved to rap in high school, I can't even imagine being a rapper now. You know how late they have to stay up in the studio?
God, that's crazy.
Sometimes concerts don't start till 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm sleepy.
My homie is an engineer, and he said that he was out at this like party with the artist that he works with, and the artist met up with another artist, and he was just like, all right, we're gonna go to the studio. You trying to work? And they were like, bet. He was all drunk. He was like, yeah, it's tomorrow, right? He was like, I'm going now. 2 a.m. is when it started. He said they got out at about 10, 11.
Bruh,
Kill me. Nigga, you can what's wrong with making a song at 10 a.m.? What's wrong with busting out a track at 1 p.m., 1:30-ish?
Man, they won't do it.
I don't get it.
They won't do it. Rappers do not like to do things in a timely fashion. They want to do it super late, super inconvenient. Like, man, I will say this. I went to one Dreamville concert. I think it was JID's concert here in Hollywood. And they started on time. There wasn't more than a 15-minute gap in between artists. We got out of there in a timely fashion. And it was a blast. I had a lot of fun. Mainly because I didn't have to stay there till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, leaving whenever you want is listen, I am way too big of a fan of sleep.
Woo! Come on now.
How are you sleeping? How do you sleep? What's your sleep schedule looking like?
I typically don't get a lot of sleep. I may get between 2 and 5 hours max of sleep.
By choice?
It's just how it works out, man. With touring and then doing comedy shows, self-tapes, trying to work out, spend time with the family, all of that. And then LA traffic. Like, I've left the club, like Comedy Union, at like 12:30 and still hit traffic going home.
Jesus
like
Christ.
30-45 minutes.
Anytime you're in traffic after midnight, I cut.
It's
gosh, but
it's the worst.
So you're a busy guy, but when you do get the opportunity to hit the sheets, how is that? Because obviously you don't have a lot of time to sleep, so it has to be worth it. So are you like tossing and turning? Yeah. You have like you got the memory foam action. Like what kind of what's your
you would think I would get amazing sleep because I'm getting so little of it, but I don't. I toss and turn a lot. I spend a lot of money on this memory foam thing, and it's not what I expected, not what I wanted at all, to be honest with you.
I feels you. Well, luckily, the people over at Purple got a brand new mattress that's pretty much it's pretty much blowing up. Oh yeah,
I didn't even know we were doing this right now. I'm just having a conversation like, thank you for caring.
But if you are struggling to get a good night's sleep, like Tahir is, you've got to try these Purple mattresses. So it was pretty much founded by 2 brothers who have been developing this cushioning technology for over 30 years. And they've been using, they've been testing it on things like medical beds and wheelchairs. But now the Purple mattress is just like sweeping the nation. You've probably seen it on social media. It's getting really, really popular. This mattress will probably feel different than anything you've ever experienced because it uses this brand new material that was developed by actual rocket scientists. You know how people think we're like, oh, you're so smart, what are you, a rocket scientist? No, they actually exist and they are that smart. They just developed this new material and it's not like the memory foam that we're used to, which is crazy because I remember when memory foam was like that new thing.
Oh man, it was the hotness.
It was like that, you put your hand on it and it stays.
You like, oh look, my brain is still there.
Well, thanks to the rocket scientists, now that's outdated. This new Purple material, it feels really unique because it's both firm and soft at the same time, so it keeps everything supported while still feeling really comfortable. And it's breathable, so it sleeps cool. And I have to sleep cool.
Man, let me tell you something. That is key for me staying cool. And I love the fact that, like, I'm all for this whole zero gravity thing where you feel like you're weightless and also like there's no specific point on you that feels more heavy than the other or weighing down than the other. So one of the great things about Purple mattress is that you can try it 100-night risk-free. They have a 100-night risk-free trial. And if you're not that's a lot of winks. That's a lot of winks, you understand?
3 months? 10 days?
If you're not fully satisfied, you can return the mattress for a full refund. It's backed by a 10-year warranty, and they have free shipping and return. So, like, you can't go wrong with that. And just because you guys are listening and you're our fans and we appreciate you, it's definitely a big shout out to our patrons and out to everybody, first of all. Thank you so much. But you're going to love Purple, and right now, our listeners, we're going to hook you up with a free Purple pillow with the purchase of a mattress. That's in addition to the great free gifts that they already offer site-wide. All you have to do is text DIYS to 84888. That's it. And that's the only way you can get this free pillow is to text DIYS to 84888. That's DIYS to 84888.
Message and data rates may apply. You don't get the free text.
Yeah.
But free in-home setup and old mattress removal, which isn't really talked about a lot. I hate setting it up myself.
Oh, man. That is absolutely the worst.
The boys will set it up for you. So thank you to Purple. And go get you some better sleep out there. And yeah, also shout out to our Patreons. Our Patreons are watching live. They're getting this early. Definitely want to shout you guys out as much as possible.
Shout out to the Patreons and just the people that support us, and then also the people that support me on my page and Kevin's page, man, people saw that I was down and out. I caught a little bug over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it had me, oh man, it had me through the rope. I felt like Deontay Wilder.
Oof.
That's how bad I felt, man. I felt like that.
Low-key another Black History loss.
Woo! My God.
Great fight though, but
my gosh,
man.
I felt so bad for him doing that fight, man. I fought the first one that made him like, while we were like, me and Kev, we were looking for a bar to watch this in Virginia.
Yeah.
Because we were doing a show in Richmond. We couldn't find anything. So Kevin ordered it on his phone. We literally just pulled off the road and sat there and watched it on his phone.
The entire fight?
The entire fight on his phone. That's how dedicated we were.
Wow.
And we were just like, oh no.
Those were big ass niggas fighting, bro.
Bro, huge.
I was talking about this on with the Dormtainment guys. They it's funny, like when the smaller the boxers are, then you're just like, oh, he has good form. Like, oh, he slipped the punch. When they're that big, you're just like, these are two big ass niggas fighting,
bro.
And I didn't care about no form. It was just.
I've always seen boxers lock each other up and lean on each other, but I never knew what that was for because I've never boxed in my life and I've never really talked about it. Well, yeah, like it's one to catch their breath, but also to lean their body weight on the other boxer. So because I think Fury is 6'8", like he's significantly taller and bigger than Wilder. So like if he's leaning all his weight on Wilder, who's already weak and like out of breath,
it's extra power.
It's extra, yeah, because you gotta like keep the energy up.
Heavyweight fights.
Yeah, you gotta keep that energy up to like keep from falling on the ground and all of that. So you're using the energy that you would use to try to block and fight back. You have to use that just to like keep this up. Man,
that's wild.
But I didn't think about that until I was watching this fight. Like, bro, that's diabolical.
It's too much.
He's already delivering heavy punches, and now you're just gonna lean on him? Oh man.
He licked him during one of those lockups too.
You know, I did a video about that. And people was like, oh, you didn't even see both angles. He was like looking at somebody in the crowd. I was like, I don't care. I still would have said he licked him to make my video funny. I don't care.
Oh, so he was saying he was looking at somebody like that?
Yeah, he didn't really lick him. But I was like, man, look like he licked him. And before the fight, he literally said, I want to taste blood. It was like, bro.
Oh, so he foreshadowed it a lot.
Yeah.
He probably knew he was going to get that. It's funny, he got all the coverage of Mike Tyson's ear bite without like all the psychoness. Like we were just like, that was
well, you know what? Because here's the thing, with Mike Tyson biting Holyfield's ear,
that nigga's ear off.
That was like, I feel like that was in a moment of just helplessness. Like I'm losing, I got to do something.
He was losing?
Mike, yeah, he lost that fight. I feel like he lost that fight too.
Wait, it didn't keep going though, right?
I think they might have called it, but I mean, at that point,
I thought he was just like, yeah.
No. Tyson versus Holyfield. I'm pretty sure they canceled it because of that.
That'd be weird to be like, he bit his ear off.
Yeah, but he
can you still hear the bell?
Yeah, he disqualified Mike for biting Holyfield's ear.
That's wild.
So,
I would hope so.
Like, yeah, so like I think Tyson was losing and he bit that ear. But like this, like Fury was winning. That was no reason, but he was just like, I want to taste blood and I'm going to do it. That was like, that's premeditated and it's diabolical and that is unwanted physical touch. You already beat my ass.
That's gross.
You beat my ass, now you finna lick me too? Fam, hold on. I'm suing. I'm suing up to court and I'm pointing you out. Because I didn't ask for that.
It came out that Deontay actually wanted to, he said that he lost because of that. The suit he came out in was 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And it hurt his neck a little bit.
Bro, like,
the punches hurt your neck.
Yeah, just take that air. His ear swole up so bad, and it looked like his jaw was dislocated too at some point in the fight. It's like, it was that one picture when he was like that. I was just like, bro, that don't look natural.
That was a hell of a fight though, man. I can't wait till the next one.
I can't believe it went 7 rounds.
It was a good fight. Well, first of all, I can't believe any fight goes 7 rounds. I'm like, y'all niggas are still punching each other.
Right.
I'm interested.
Can you imagine taking one of Fury's punches?
No. Or Wilder.
Yeah, or Wilder.
I don't even give him. I'm not even gonna see him as a weaker man because he lost.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely, he would wind up and I would pass out. He'll be right here. It's all over the front.
There are just some niggas that are just built so crazy. If you took away all their fighting knowledge, they would still just instinctually beat your ass.
I feel like that with Mike Tyson.
Potatoes punches.
Even without the structure, like Mike Tyson was just a beast. Like you gotta remember, like Mike Tyson had a reign where he was beating people up and they weren't making it past the first round. And they were willingly and knowingly taking these fights during this rain. And people was like, all right, well, I'm just going to get cashed out. You know you're finna get knocked out.
That's so crazy to be training and stuff like that for like every day, waking up, drinking the eggs, running, doing like that, and it's like ding, 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 and then you just wake up like, what happened? You're like,
Did the check clear?
All that training, none of it helped. None of it helped.
Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. That was Mike Tyson's quote.
Well, that was a somewhat of a Black History L, but I would just like to talk about a story that might be the funniest Black History story so far. This is the headline. An Iowa woman claims a man kidnapped her and forced her to watch all tapes of Roots to understand her racism. This is in Cedar Rapids. A man was arrested after holding a woman captive and forcing her to watch Roots. This is a dude named Robert Lee Noy. He's 52. He forced the woman to sit with him at a residence and watch the 9-hour miniseries that chronicles author Alex Haley's family line with the enslavement of his ancestor Kunta Kinte.
You know what's crazy? The crazy part, first of all, I don't support kidnapping at any point. I hope people get that wheel in any way, form, shape, or fashion. The thing that would have upset me the most is like, all right, I'm gonna watch 1 or 2 with him. I don't care. But to make me watch all them 9 hours of it,
as a black man,
I am tapping out.
I would have called the police on that.
I saw Black Panther 4 times. I stayed awake once.
Really?
The first time. The second.
That had superhero action.
Really, it had amazing action. I was just like, I've seen it. My eyes were been there, done that. So, but yeah, it was
crazy.
The fact that he's smiling in that picture too.
That's
what's
funny about the story.
No fucks.
Because her life wasn't in danger. It was literally, and we all have those black relatives that you're just afraid to tell otherwise. It says she had to remain seated and watch the movie next to him, which means he probably just had that uncle energy that's just like, you ain't going nowhere until you figure this out. And then the way she explained it was just like, I was kidnapped. And it's just like, no. She said, sit your ass down and watch this with me. And also the impressive part is that he stayed up. You'd think that like 45 minutes in, that nigga would go to sleep. And
that nigga was getting up making popcorn in between. Like, I didn't even know Roots was on like DVD like that. And I know it's like, I don't think it's streamable. So I wonder if he was watching VHS, like he was getting up, putting in the tape. The VHS.
Streaming Roots. Niggas is on Netflix, hour 12. You still there? No! I'm not there. I'm not. 9 tapes.
Yo!
Tapes. I've never seen Roots all the way through.
That's a lot.
I could not tell you.
That is kidnapping, bro.
Yeah.
That is, because a date is, like, you go on a date with somebody, that's 3-5 hours max. Like, to watch all the Roots, that's kidnapping, bro.
9 hours.
Even if you ain't mean to, that's kidnapping.
That's wild. And also, what part of the day was it? Like, was this through the night? Because that's, I would have called it.
How did he get her, though? Because, like, this said it was his neighbor?
It says his neighbor?
I don't know. What did you say? A man kidnapped?
No, just the Iowa woman.
Please,
I'll find the full article.
That's crazy. Like, it's like, how did he get her to come over or get in the car with him? Like, maybe it was really kidnapping. Maybe he got her in the car at gunpoint or something.
I really like the idea of just her thinking she was kidnapped because he was just an aggressive dude. All right, let's see. Okay. I misspoke. The woman reported that when she tried to move, Noy told her to remain seated or he would kill her and spread her body parts across Interstate 380 on the way to Chicago.
That changes things.
That changes things.
This is no longer a laughable matter.
This is not cute.
He deserves to be locked up.
Whoa.
Who says spread their body parts over the highway? Like, yo.
Yeah, that's too specific. Bro.
That is. They might want to do some research because to say it like that, to have that planned out, feels like he's done it before. He might have done that before.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so it says it happened near Mannerstone Lane in Columbia. Oh wait, this is a whole nother story. I was like, damn, this is about death.
I thought you said Cedar Park. I was like, Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, that is completely different.
Damn, nobody. That's like everyone is having a very lazy time describing this story. It's not really showing how.
Maybe all the details aren't in yet. That's crazy. Like he just told her something like that.
First-degree harassment and false imprisonment. I didn't know that was a charge. First-degree harassment.
Yeah. Like if you send in like text messages or threats or killing or something like that, that could be harassment, first-degree harassment.
I don't think they know. There's nothing that says exactly what happened.
All right.
They're basically saying that he made it very overtly clear
that
she was not to move.
You're not going anywhere.
All right.
Watch this Roots.
The Roots. I would have called the police on them too. All right. So that brings us to the final countdown, the final segment of the category.
Oh snap! You didn't get that picture, did you?
What picture?
Somebody sent me something on Instagram, a new picture for us. Dang it! I thought I would have sent it to you too. I meant to show it to you before we started the show.
What was it?
It was a new logo. It's pretty dope too, and I wanted to give it a shout out. So I might have to just be posted on my page because it was pretty dope.
All right. Well, we'll get you on the next one. We do like shouting out our Patreons and the artists that draw us. But now it is time for the conspiracy corner.
Yeah.
Cue the music. Hey. U.S. Navy, got some dolphins. They got blickies. Hey, they got blickies. Dolphins got them blickies on them, and they going round and they shooting at these people. They could kill a human if they wanted. Hey, they could kill a human if they wanted. U.S. Navy SEALs. These is Navy dolphins. Hey, these is Navy dolphins, and they got that blicky. And they got that blicky. And they got that blicky.
That one gotta win.
So. That was true. Apparently, there are about 36, maybe more, armed dolphins that were trained by the U.S. Navy to kill terrorists, and they have been missing since 2005. So, yeah, this is a funny one. So. Apparently. wait!
Before you put logic to it, I want to get ridiculous with the what ifs. Okay? Let's just do some back and forth what ifs.
Okay.
What if the Russians captured the dolphins and they tied them to chairs and they're just trying to get information?
Interrogation. Where is he? Does anybody know what that means?
They're trying to waterboard the dolphin.
They're just saying DC. They didn't tell him anything.
And put a cork in the little hole.
In the hole to back him up. Dolphin torturers would be very, very fucked up.
Oh. Okay, all right. Let's
somewhere there's a dolphin smoking a cigarette in jail. Like, I've seen some things. I've seen some things.
You think you swim hard? Michael Phelps is a pussy.
What happened to your fin? Yeah, it won't sit back.
I'm done.
36 armed dolphins trained by the U.S. Navy SEALs to kill terrorists. And then apparently somewhere in the training they just started doing dolphin shit. And there was some commando that was just like, our whole fucking task force is on the horizon, playing. It's hilarious. So these dolphins apparently carry toxic dart guns capable of killing a man with a single shot. And they're just out there just playing, like, just the dumbest plan ever. So this may be the oddest tale to emerge after the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. But armed dolphins trained by the U.S. military to shoot terrorists and pinpoint spies underwater are missing from the Gulf of Mexico. Experts who have studied the U.S. Navy's training exercise claimed that the 36 mammals could be carrying toxic dart guns. Divers and surfers risk attack. Can you imagine surfing and getting shot? He's like, a dolphin shot me. You just heard, and come out that surfboard, nigga. You're just like, what is that? They claim from a species considered to be among the planet's smartest. The U.S. Navy admits it has been training dolphins for military purposes, but has refused to confirm that any of them are missing. So this kind of gets filed under maybe, because obviously I would never admit this. I would never admit this. Because then there's so many other questions, just like, okay, so they escaped. Why were you doing that? What does dolphin firearm training look like? They have those little targets.
There are only 2 words that matter in the Navy. Yes, sir.
Was there a dolphin that excelled and he was like the best one? He was like, and all the other dolphins were just like, I'm trying to get this old flipper over there.
Man, you gotta go to work every day just like with cans of tuna and fish chum, just ready to toss it out for the dolphin that hits the right color. Oh my gosh, that's a lot, bro.
Feeding up tuna is funny.
A can?
You got 3 headshots today, Corey.
You get a little mayo in your tuna.
Thunder, none of those were kill shots, Thunder. You don't get that much tuna.
Oh, man.
A secret team of dolphins trained to recognize and drown enemy divers. That's wow. They're just like have their head under like It says that in 98, 16 of the animals were destroyed with small explosive charges planted in harnesses on the undersides of their necks and detonated via radio signals. Oh, damn. Some of these are suicide dolphins.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's actually more likely than the guns. Damn, that's another story that kind of got dark halfway through.
Yeah, dude.
I like the idea of the dolphin blowing up.
Nah, man. The dolphin was just trying to live his best life.
And they're just like, enemy submarine down. It's like, that's what you wasted the dolphin on? That is crazy. But, yeah, I can see that being fake, too. I can totally see that being fake. Dolphin weapons? Come on. But low-key, the animals have been used. There have been manatees that were used as spies. I want to say there was something I learned about in school where like there was some experiment where they were teaching monkeys to use assault rifles, and then at the first chance they got, all the monkeys just ran into the jungle with this assault rifle. So I could see them doing some dumb stuff like that.
I wouldn't be surprised by any of it. And then also like the fact that like people used to like communicate, send messages through like ravens and shit like that. Like none of that is really surprising. If they could train a bird to do it, a dolphin is one of the smartest mammals on the earth. So I could see how with the time and energy, I just don't see how it would be effective. How effective would it like be in the wild? Like once you in a controlled environment, they're gonna do what you want to do because they see you and interact with you every day.
Right.
But like once they get back in the wild, it's like there's tons of bitches out there shit.
Right? You don't think about that. Yeah. They're going out there like mission, and then a fine ass dolphin comes back. They're like, I have been in captivity, haven't I?
Yeah, I ain't seen starfish in a while. I'm gonna go eat one. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be.
Food too.
Yeah. Nigga wants some catfish though. I'm gonna have to go and travel to New Orleans. Go find some good ass catfish.
Killer. I mean, weaponized animals is always a good combo. Even we had a conspiracy on the show way far back talking about the robotic sharks that were used to ruin tourism in Egypt or something like that, or in Israel. That kind of stuff is always scary, but it is funny to think that serious government officials are in some lab with animals trying to make dumb shit happen. I love that. I love the idea of that.
Crazy shit has happened.
Oh, snap. What was this?
I'm still going.
Was that the last thing I said?
Because that was me saying,
Was that the last thing I said? We will see.
Because that was me saying,
What the hell? Oh, no, that's the live.
Oh, yeah.
That was trippy.
Sorry, people on live. Our recording just stopped. So we're trying to figure out where it stopped at on the audio. I don't know why I was listening like I can hear it too. That should have been the first telltale sign. You got on headphones.
Right. A secret team of dolphins trained to recognize and drown enemy divers. Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Well, shit, we might have to just pull the audio from that part of the clip from the video. That was a nice little amount of time.
It was just like a cool 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you want to see the rest of that conspiracy, join our Patreon. We had some technical difficulties. But yes, potentially killer dolphins on the loose, armed to the literal teeth. The dolphin teeth. Armed to the dolphin teeth. But like we said, I can see this not being true. I can see this just being some government conspiracy stuff.
Then there'd be so much wild shit that is true. This be one of those things that it really was true. Mm-hmm. Because it'd be stuff like, nah, that couldn't happen. Like, AIDS could be made up.
Maybe. Okay, Jesus. With that, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Damn Internet You Scary. I have been your co-host, Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Tahir Moore. We'll see you next time.
All right, shout out to our Patreons. Join now. System overload. How dare you?
What was it, out of space or?
I don't know. I don't think so. System overload.
All right. Want me into closed Patreon?
Yeah. All right, guys. Wait. Let me go ahead and see some of these comments that we've been not seeing. Said how they gonna carry firearms without arms. That is V true. Well, shout out to Super Casual Boom, Shorty Mac, Mario Massey, Kyle Lynch, Sojourner.
I thought you were reading one name.
Oh no!
I thought you were Super Mario Casual, Mark Callie. I was
Hell
like, yo.
Kelvin, Deja Wallace, Cosmic Sesh, the Wadros. All these guys have been up in here commenting it up. Appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna be finishing up the last lunchtime lottery today. Oh, that's dope.
Right? Shit's wavy.
What's in the background?
I don't know. I'm trying to look at that too. I'm gonna ask
mostly stuff. But yeah, shout out to you guys. We'll probably be dropping lunchtime lottery early for you guys today or tomorrow. And then for the rest of the peons later on in the week or this weekend. So as always, we appreciate you guys. Scary squad in this bitch.
Yeah. Some of them pulled up to they've been coming out to the shows too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
I appreciate y'all, man. Kevin, I appreciate y'all on that.
That's what's up. You guys are pulling up.
Pulling up. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get up with y'all in a minute.
Later, guys.